Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. We're here on Thursday night. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser, baby. Super team with the sports talk thing coming to y'all live and direct tonight. I'm Diego Barishnikov, one half of the team. I got my main man here with me. Again, the 6'4" post up champ. Y'all gonna recognize.
What's good, good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports. We are here on a Thursday night. The third week of preseason football is upon us. Good with you, brother?
Man, I can't call it. Getting it down to the end of the week.
Yes, sir.
We're done with the divisions and all of that, so we're gonna have a fun show tonight.
Yeah,
kind of loose.
Yeah.
But y'all know how we do, man. We're gonna start off by again welcoming everybody for joining us. Whether you're joining us on the Spreaker and listening to us on the Spreaker platform, we appreciate that. Make sure you get that little heart tap, give us some love there. Also hit that start button on the right-hand corner of your screen. That'll subscribe you and to us and give you emails whenever we download new shows or material to that platform. Also, all our YouTube watchers, we appreciate y'all returning. Make sure to watch, like, hit that subscribe button, and share that with your friends, family, co-workers, your dog, pets, garbage man, mailman, whoever. You know where to reach us on social media, AA Sportscast on Twitter, IG, and hit us up on the Gmail. So, as we always do about this time, I'd say it every show in the club, free before 10 with y'all broke asses.
I ain't even giving them top shelf liquor. They giving them Sky vodka.
Hey, it's open bar. Hey, Sky ain't too bad.
It ain't bad, but it ain't top shelf, and I don't blame them. I mean, if you free before 10, you're going to get what I give you.
I'll give him beef eater.
Oh, you really ain't got no love for him.
Hey, if you coming to drink that early, man, you can't be choosy.
You know, we was about 20, 21. We go in there try to drink all that free liquor. All of it.
Absolutely. Speaking of, liquor, open bar. Open bar for the night, y'all. Not my boy, y'all boy. Ryan Russillo, host of ESPN radio show, and y'all see him on ESPN a lot, I'm pretty sure, especially during basketball season.
He's good on basketball.
Your boy got locked up last night. On a misdemeanor charge. He was basically he got slap-ass drunk and was found butt-ass naked in a stranger's bed in a condo in Jackson, Wyoming. I don't know what the hell that is. And what the hell he was doing in Jackson, Wyoming at 3:30 in the morning in a stranger's bed, butt-ass naked. He was charged with criminal trespassing, which is a misdemeanor. Fine of $750. He was released on his own recognizance, and they had set no jail time was set, other than the time I guess he spent in the tank. What was your boy doing, man? Was he on Quaaludes? Was he sniffing coke too?
You know what? We have been really drunk in our times, like really drunk. I ain't never ended up in somebody's house butt ass naked that wasn't mine, or a place I didn't intend to go.
I would say, yeah, I have, but like you said, not in a place you didn't intend to be. Not in a stranger's house. Yeah.
I'm really looking at ESPN to see how they move with this. Bro, if he survives this ain't a DUI. This is.
I don't think he's going. I don't think they're gonna fire him, but he damn sure gonna be at the house for at least a week or two.
I mean, they put JR on. I mean, I'm sorry, they put Jalen on the shelf for a couple weeks when he caught that DUI.
Right.
The DUI is a bit different from being drunk in somebody's house you don't damn know in Wyoming. That's a bit much.
Yeah, it is, but apparently the charges don't hold as much weight.
Shit.
Shit, no jail time, $750, and this is a
Cause
little slap on the wrist with a misdemeanor criminal trespass. You catch a DUI, that's gonna cost you every bit of at least 10 racks between the classes, the fines, all that.
okay, they were just chopping heads about a month or two ago.
Well, yeah, that's true.
This is clearly a reason to chop a head and promote somebody. Hey, we done talked about it on this show before. He survived this. White privilege.
I was about to say, if he had been black, he would have got shot.
What? Somebody crib. What?
This would be a whole different story.
I'm gonna give you an example of some foolishness like this with another famous white person, the cat Robert Downey Jr. When he was on that coke hard years ago. I'm talking sniffing. He ended up in somebody his neighbor's house in their little boy bed, naked and high. They be bouncing back with her.
He been
a
wild animal. You know that Robert Downey Jr. He been a wild animal for a long time.
Bounce back though, but we gonna see how this play out though, because like you said, I believe a brother would have got shot.
Either by the homeowner or by the cop.
Or the folks, one or the other.
Yep.
One or the other. But hey, the mouse, the way they like to cut them costs, you know, he is all that's left from the Russillo and Cannell show. They can go a whole nother way come Monday. But
that is true. Oh yeah, because that's right, Cannell gone too.
Cannell got fired, so you know, hey, our resume up there.
I was about to say, hey, you know, we free, you know.
I deal with that Connecticut cold. Y'all got that bag for me.
Gotta have that bag, man. Gotta have that bag.
Got to have it.
All right, so y'all, we're gonna jump on into our NFL tidbits, rapid fire segment. All right, so looks like we've got a list here. Tiers of quarterbacks was released today. Now this is the 4-letter networks list. From my understanding, reading the notes here, this is a breakdown of 50 voters. Consisted of 9 general managers, 6 pro personnel directors, 5 other executives, 5 head coaches, 7 offensive coordinators, 6 defensive coordinators, 5 defensive assistants, 3 analytics directors, 2 quarterback coaches, and 2 national scouts. Okay. A bunch of people.
Right. Right.
So, tier 1. Of course, we got Tom Brady coming in at 1, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan coming in at 5. You got any problems with that top 5?
Matt Ryan is the one I heard the most flack about today. They was all on Colin talking about that, saying, you know, he only did it for 1 year.
Right.
I mean, he did it last year, but I'm trying to think. I mean, if he hadn't balled last year, I believe Luck would be in that place. So it kind of makes sense because Luck was hurt. He balled. I don't see anybody else below who would have been at that number 5 spot.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I can't. I don't see anybody else in the second tier that I would put in Matt's place. Definitely not Andrew Luck. I'm not sure where that's coming from. But yeah, I also agree that I think Matt Ryan is sitting at number 5 based on last year. Had he not before last year, everybody pretty much had him grouped in that second tier. You know, with with Eli, Phillip Rivers, Stafford, them guys.
Right.
So yeah, last year definitely helped, and if he can keep it up, then he belongs there. I mean, he was MVP last year. I think.
Is he better than Derek Carr?
I'm going to say yes. I mean, Derek Carr's had 1 year.
True.
So Matt got a little bit more experience. Not a whole lot of postseason wins or what have you, but I'm gonna give it to Matt. I'll give a slight edge to Matt out of those two, just based on being a little more experienced. Now I think David Carr's ceiling may be a little bit higher, and maybe in 2-3 years down the road, that's a different discussion. But as of right now, I don't have too many problems with Matt being at 5. I don't see nobody else I would replace him with.
You just said that you don't know about Luck. Healthy. All 3 healthy right now. Them 3: Ryan, Luck, and Carr. Who would you put at 5? That's kind of tough, ain't it?
Oh man.
I kind of feel like it'd be luck.
I want to say luck if you're just looking at just the quarterbacks, but his damn offensive line and surrounding cast is so fucking pitiful.
But like you told me a couple weeks ago, he was still going 11-5 with that bullshit around him.
Which is true. You know, he had some turnover problems that he
will throw a pick. Yes, sir.
That he has to clear up. But one thing I like about Luck is even with the turnovers that he does make, he has a lot of resilience, and a lot of the times he ends up bringing his team, you know, back and getting in those games and even winning a lot of those games.
Right.
Because his problem has always been turning the ball over early, digging his team holes. But he keeps fighting. He pulls them out of it a lot of the time.
Right.
So
my only problem with Luck is I think he's too damn nice. He need to go up there and throw that football at Big Jim's office and be like, "This some bullshit. I need a line."
Man, Big Jim will whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? Jim Irsay ain't Robert. He ain't like built like Robert Kraft or Arthur Blank. Jim Irsay a pretty nice sized dude, man. And he be on that coat.
Straight up. I ain't even noticed he a big dude.
I mean, he a nice size cat, man. You can tell he hit the gym a little bit. I'm not.
That came out of left field. I wasn't expecting that.
You take your ass in his office while he on one of them coke rages if you want to.
All right. In tier 2. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, Ben is good. Ben's a good quarterback. Ben don't do it on the road.
Yeah, I'll say before we get to tier 2. Now I will say this: I don't think Ben's number 3.
I don't either. I take Drew Brees over him all day.
Right. Yeah, I like Aaron Rodgers, Brady, then Brees myself.
Well, they were tied for 1. I ain't put it that way, but Rodgers and Brady were tied for 1.
Right. Of course, we know Tom got the rings, it's the Patriots, all of that. But if you're just looking at just the quarterbacks, just them individually, the skill set individually, forget the team and the surrounding parts, I take Aaron Rodgers. He's younger, more mobile.
This would be a whole nother discussion about Tom Brady had they lost that game because he played like shit in that Super Bowl first half. Shit. He got his 4, but they would have been on his ass had they lost that game because he was not good the first half of that Super Bowl.
Brady still would have had 3, and he ain't dropping out of nobody's top 3 ranking.
Nah, but that would have been what? Well, they beat Seattle. So he would have lost, 2 out the last 3? Had he lost that one?
Yeah, he lost 2 to the Giants.
That's it.
They should have lost the one to Seattle.
Should have
lost to the Falcons, so he should have 4 losses.
Yeah, should. But, hey, ball bounced his way. But I agree with you. I think if it came down, I'd take Rodgers over Brady all day long right now. All day.
Yeah, the ball bounced. Yeah, you're right. The ball bounced his way, and even if he would have had 4 losses in the Super Bowl, that was 4 opportunities to win a Super Bowl that most of these quarterbacks on this list would dream to have.
So they've been to 6, right? They lost to 1-4.
1-4.
That's dope.
Yeah.
6 Super Bowls.
Hey, but we live in this new millennial era where getting to the championship round or the finals and losing is a bad thing to have to do. You got to lose in the conference final so you don't have a bad finals or Super Bowl or World Series record. That's the way that it goes these days.
I'm gonna be an old head and say that's some sucker shit. It's hard to get to the Super Bowl. It's hard.
It's hard to get to any championship round, and I don't understand how people give people demerits for getting there and losing when their favorite player never even comes close to even getting there.
Pretty much. All right, what you think about tier 2?
Nice group of guys.
I'm surprised they put Cam at 12. I'm real surprised at that.
I think he belongs there, though. MVP 2 years ago. Yeah, last year was kind of bad. He probably would be higher if he had not had a bad season last year.
Right. I tell you what, I was thinking about the other day. I started to tweet about it when I was watching that Giants game. I tell you, man, them two Super Bowl runs, they really legitimized Eli Manning, boy.
Saved his ass, because other than that, We're talking about a lot of trash, people.
Boy, they legitimize him like a big dog, man. For real.
I mean, all those years of 20, 25 picks, 8-8, 9-7 seasons. Even the two Super Bowls that they won, they had to go on late season runs just to get a wild card.
Because you think when they pull Eli in the office to talk about the picks, he just have his rings on and be like, "What you mean?"
Shit, Tom Coughlin is gone. So who gonna pull him in the office now? Bill McAdoo?
Right. Yeah.
Out of here.
He said, "What? Step off." Who is you?
You ain't seen my Oreo commercials? I'm Eli.
But
those two definitely saved him. Now,
I think Cousins played. If you had a choice right now, Cousins or Eli, you're going Eli. That's tough, ain't it?
No, I mean, regular season I go with Kurt. With playoffs, I still even after just all that shit, I go with Eli playoffs because that's when he performs his best.
Not power up come playoffs. He'll be asked just to get to that 9-7 to get to the playoffs, and then he ball.
He hit that HGH come wild card round, and it's on and popping.
All right, what you think about tier 3? I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, tier 3 consists of let's back up to tier 2. I mean, we looking at the list, but we ain't share it with the people. Tier 2 people coming in is Andrew Luck, Derek Carr, Phillip Rivers, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, Eli Manning, Cam Newton, Kirk Cousins, in that order, according to ESPN and the 50 different cafeteria cooks, gas people, bus drivers, and everybody else that they polled.
Pretty much.
I think
Russell Wilson better than Stafford.
I think Russell Wilson is a little too low and Phillip Rivers is too damn high.
I don't know about that because I kind of like Phillip Rivers. Considering the shit he's played with in San Diego, now he will throw that costly pick. I cannot deny that.
Yeah, was it Glass that we had on a couple weeks ago? Or maybe I was watching their show. Well, the constant denominator every year that the Chargers fall on their face. A lot of moving parts change, coaches, players, but one thing that's constant is Phillip Rivers.
Can't flex. It's the truth.
So, I think he's a little bit high. I would put that list. I'd go Carr, Russell, Cam, Stafford, Cousins, Rivers. If it were me, and then Luck, I'm docking Luck, and I'm docking. I'm docking Luck because he was pretty much hurt out of last year, so I'm docking him.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I think Russell Wilson is a little too low. And I think Phillip Rivers is a little too high.
And tell you the funny thing about the NFL and the way the pay works, Matthew Stafford is a tier 2 quarterback, about to be the highest paid quarterback. Aaron get his deal.
Right, Aaron Rodgers is just sitting back waiting for all the dominoes to fall. He's like, okay, yeah, you the highest paid player in the league for this week. Okay, go ahead. You the highest. Go ahead. Just wait.
What did Carr get? Like 84?
Total or guaranteed? I think it's guaranteed.
We only focus on guarantees in the NFL.
Yeah, I want to say, was it 70? I don't know.
Because I know Luck was pretty high up there. I think Luck got 70 guarantees. I think his was higher. Okay. So either way, Stafford's going to get more than Carr. Then Rodgers going to come in after them.
Well, don't forget, Matt Ryan got to get paid next year too.
Forgot about him. So he waiting too.
Yeah. So I think it's going to fall Stafford, Matt, and then Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, he really going to cash in because let Stafford get $100 million. He's done nothing. What you
really?
Well, yeah, okay. But what you gonna get Matt Ryan and he come back and follow this year up with a year like he had last year? You're gonna have to break the bank for him.
That's like we told Coach Hammer it's gonna happen. You sitting there talking about don't give Matt that money. It's gonna happen.
It don't happen. Quarterbacks pay people. You just got to deal with it. You just got to hope you got an organization that, like the Patriots or the Packers or the Steelers, who draft well, develop those players. That's the only way you're going to get around it, because quarterbacks are going to get paid. That's just the bottom line.
That's the way it go. All right, tier 3. You got Dak Prescott, Joe Flacco, Carson Palmer, Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Andy Dalton, Alex Smith, Carson Wentz, Ryan Tannehill, Sam Bradford, and Jay Cutler. There's a lot of mediocre in this list in tier 3.
Mr. Boy. Number 12.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Tyrod.
Yeah.
I drank that Kool-Aid for a long time. You told me about it. You did.
There's a lot of mediocrity in this tier 3. Now, I like Dak. I like where I think he's gonna go. I think Flacco was, before last year, was in that second tier. You know
what? They should have 2 different tiers. They should have like regular season tiers and playoff tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Flacco was a playoff quarterback. He'll lose in the regular season, but I like him in the playoffs.
Right, and we've had many discussions, amongst our friends, and I've heard it, even just out there before last year, it was a valid debate about Flacco versus Matt Ryan.
Pretty much. And
now they are light years apart on this list based off of this one season. So
just one season, ain't that something?
Yeah. But that's another thing with these lists. They tend to just kind of make you think about what you've seen last.
Right.
Versus taking, I guess, whole careers into accord. So we have to take that into consideration. But the only guys I really like from this second tier, are the young guys like Dak, like Jameis, Marcus Mariota. I like what I saw out of Carson Wentz first half of the season last year. I think he hit that rookie wall.
Yeah, he did.
But I think he's going to be good. Sam Bradford.
Bradford need to be in tier 4.
Tier or 5 or 6 or something.
Check down Charlie.
No.
10-yard out.
I'm not a Sam Bradford fan at all. At all. Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. He has terrible knees.
Sam Bradford, that dude you at the park playing flag football one day, and he come out there like, hey, I'll be all-time QB. Have everybody out there looking like stars. Until some real players come off the bus. Next thing you know, his ass on the ground, jersey dirty as hell.
And he good as long as you ain't blitzing.
Right. And I'll say he's not with the Rams no more. Well, shit, he with Minnesota. They got good defense. You would think he'd be better practicing against a top-notch defense every day.
Man, thank God he got that red jersey in their practice. Thank God. They probably hitting his ass.
Yeah. So that's the tier 3 list. And tier 4, now this 4th tier.
If we call 3 mediocre, what do we call 4?
Hey, 4 is pray. That's the pray tier. Just pray.
Okay, gotcha.
We got Trevor Siemian, Mike Glennon. Oh, look at that. Colin Kaepernick, Blake Bortles, Paxton Lynch, Brian Hoyer, Jared Goff, Tom Savage, and Josh McCown. Now,
there was 2 other players. I ain't even put them on there at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
They were both Cleveland Brown quarterbacks. Kobe Kessler and Brock Osweiler.
Okay.
So I ain't even put them on there.
And Osweiler is on the trade block again.
Right now.
It's
How do you call people with Brock Osweiler? You owe him $16 million a year. How do you call anybody with that?
Hey, Houston pulled that shit off. Houston pulled it off. But hey, it is very interesting that all of these personnel people, GMs, and what have you polled and did this poll, and Colin Kaepernick is on this list ahead of people. Some of these guys are starters. But
why hasn't Jacksonville made that call?
Because it's Jacksonville. Because it's Jacksonville, And like we talked about the other day, even at this point in the season, let's say somebody calls. Let's say Jacksonville calls Cap. How quick is he gonna be able to get acclimated and learn a new playbook?
Man, you know what Cap gonna do. 1 read, 2 read, go.
I'm just saying, because, that was one of the, when he was with us in the 49ers, that was a big problem in the locker room with a lot of players. They say he don't study. He's the last one to get to work, first one to leave. They give them players some iPads right now, and they can track how much you actually are on the iPad looking at your plays, and he was one of the lowest players on the roster. They could tell that. So it's like,
hey, man, that may not be true, man. He probably looked at that iPad laid up with Alden Smith's girl.
Oh man. But Mike Glennon. Let's hit on Mike Glennon real quick. It sounds like he about to be in the same predicament he was in when Jameis came. He himself.
I tried to put him on this QB kit battle below, but it looks like he about to get beat out for this job.
Yeah, he said himself. He said it seemed like deja vu because he was picked to be the star for Tampa Bay, and then the next year they went right behind him after they signed him and drafted Winston. And so,
he got $20 million to hold a clipboard. I'll hold a clipboard right now for $20 million.
Shit, give me $200,000
easily. I'm there.
I'm with that headset.
All that. I'm good with that. And you know what, people? That might be one of the best jobs in the world, being a backup quarterback in the NFL.
Either that or a long snapper or a holder.
That might be one of the best jobs in the world. Imagine you're the backup for any of them tier 1 guys. Bro, you ain't playing. You're good.
Yeah. Yep. And if somebody get hurt like Ben, because he will.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't gonna ask you to do too much. Hand the ball off. We might let you throw 15 times.
That's it.
20 times, That's
it. That's a good job, man. That's a good job.
Exactly.
But it ain't really much to say about tier 4.
Let me ask you this. Anybody on that list that you think can do anything positive this year? I'm
gonna say Trevor Siemian.
I would say Siemian, or I was gonna say Savage or Hoyer.
I don't think Savage is gonna have that job past week 6.
An interesting thing about Savage and that job, and I meant to bring it up the other day. I didn't think about it when we was talking. We did their division. Their number 1 receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, has come out and endorsed Savage.
He did.
Saying that so far what he's saying in practice, Savage is the guy. And that's coming from your number 1 receiver.
Right.
So, if they behind closed doors, they seeing both guys every day. So that to me kind of stood out. That says a little something.
I agree. Well, man, we talked about this before. Again, we're old school cats. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting the quarterback for a year. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I believe in that.
Right.
I don't know. 5-10 years ago, we went to this thing of all of a sudden, you got to play a rookie right away. Rookies used to hold clipboards.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers held a clipboard for 3 years?
About 3 years.
Was
it Cam who changed it? They started playing them immediately?
I don't know exactly when it was, but those rookies used to get, before they changed the rookie salary scale, those rookies that were drafted high, like a Sam Bradford coming in getting $70 million before they even put on an NFL jersey.
He was the last one to get that real bread.
Paying that kind of money, hey, you throwing guys out there.
Right.
Especially if you're a bad team. You what do we got to lose? So we might as well let him go out there, take his lumps now. We're going to be bad anyway. Get him out there, let him take his lumps and grow up the team.
But sometimes that shit go wrong, kind of like with David Carr with the Texans.
Yeah.
He got hit 100 times that first year.
Yeah, you just shell shock. Could be the same thing with Blake Bortles.
That's true.
Maybe he got in there too soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always an advocate of sitting guys, letting them learn first and then playing them. But that's just not we're not in the waiting game anymore. We're in a microwave society. We want everything right now and in a hurry. So that's just what it is. Got to adapt.
I'm gonna try to pay attention this weekend to what Goff does for the Rams because I heard he played rather well last week.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody playing real minutes in season week 4.
Right.
This is it. So I'm gonna see what he does. But McCown, the Niners, the Jets and Niners are pretty much in rebuild. Paxton Lynch ain't gonna play unless Simeon gets hurt. Yeah.
I mean, I'm hearing good things about Brian Hoyer coming, from camp. I mean, we'll see. We've seen Brian Hoyer play. He's average at best.
But you know what? People ain't talking about what he did for the Bears last year. Before he got hurt, he was averaging like 300 yards a game, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He was solid. I mean, he pretty much beat out Jay Cutler.
Right. So, we'll see. I'm wishing for the best. Actually, we'll see.
All right. We're transitioning from Tier 4. We're going to talk about there was some rallies yesterday for Colin Kaepernick in New York and Atlanta, which is dope. About 1,000 or so people showed up in New York. Not so many in Atlanta. But
I found it funny, man. You look on social media, everywhere you look, everybody gonna boycott. Everybody gonna boycott. In New York City, how many millions of people are in New York City? You had 1,000 people show up. Okay, Atlanta. All these black people in Atlanta. 50 people.
Well, you know what that was. I'm gonna tell you what that was. You remember last football season when they was about to open that new stadium and they was talking about you can get a seat for $500? Well, them folks have bought them seats already. They going to that damn dome in 2 weeks. They weren't about to go out there and protest. They just weren't.
Even if they hadn't bought them seats, I'm not surprised by the numbers because this is what we do.
All day. But we've been saying that for weeks. We've been saying it for weeks. Yeah. So everybody want to protest. Okay, what if he get a job? You going to stop? So what if he get cut 2 weeks later? You going to start back up?
No, if he gets cut 2 weeks later, then the narrative, we're going to switch the narrative to, see, they only signed him just to appease everybody.
Right.
That's going to be the next narrative if that happens. That's why that's why when that Baltimore thing came out and they signed Buddy with the camp arm, that's where you can tell who knew exactly what was going on and who didn't. You don't sign nobody like Kaepernick to be a camp arm.
No.
To come in there and get cut the very next week. That's not what you do. So I don't know. But it was good to see the solidarity, and people standing up for him.
There was some celebrities out there too. I mean, shout out to him.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a Kappa.
Yeah,
a lot of Kappas out there.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. I forgot all about that. That makes sense why the homie's really behind him like that. That makes sense.
I'm not sure he even knows.
We'll
I'm not sure he even knows. And matter of fact, we'll test that later on.
Okay, today Shady McCoy spoke on Colin Kaepernick. You know what? I don't mind people speaking out, having an opinion, because it's not always hating. It's an opinion. But sometimes you need to just say, no comment. I wish him well. I don't want no part of that. Shady McCoy came out today and said, Colin Kaepernick is not good enough a player to be worth the distraction of a team signing him. It's a lot more than just not on the team because he doesn't want to stand for the national anthem. That may have something to do with it, but I think it also has something to do with his play. I'm sure a lot of teams wouldn't want him as their starting quarterback. That chaos comes along with it is a lot. I'm actually how much better is Tyrod Taylor than Colin Kaepernick?
Not much if he is. They about one and the same.
Pretty much.
They're about one and the same. They go both struggle to hit that 60% mark.
Now they can run. They can run like a big dog.
They can run their ass off. One, maybe 2 reads. Shit, I might get Tyrod the edge. Tyrod will take a couple. He'll look at a couple reads. He even when he rolls out of the pocket, he's still got his eyes downfield a lot of the time before he just go ahead and take off. But they damn near one and the same. My problem with Shady's comment, I think I get what he was trying to say. I think he was trying to say. I don't think he's saying that Kaepernick is not good enough to be in the league. We know that he is. I just don't think he I think he's trying to say he doesn't move the needle enough, win or loss wise, to then be worth the quote unquote distraction. You know, I think Kaepernick can probably get you 6-7 wins tops.
I think at this point we're not even talking starter though. We're talking backup.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, now I think what he was, at least what I interpreted, he's saying, like, he's talking starter. You know, he ain't gonna help you win. I'm talking backup at this point.
Right. And you know, I kind of understand the distraction piece of it, because if anybody signs him, whoever signs him, the media is going to have a mic in his face all the time. You know, I went through this last year with him in San Francisco before he took over to start his job. I've never seen a backup quarterback interviewed so much. And, you know, the media is responsible large and wholly for keeping these narratives and these stories going and going and going. But
refresh me on this, though. I mean, you a Niners cat. Didn't it die down, though, the later it got in the season? I mean, it was hot early, but it seemed like that shit died down.
I mean, it did. I mean, too, because, I mean, a lot of it we was losing, too. But then some of it couldn't really die down because he kept wearing, you know, the different shirts.
That's right.
Like that. Right. So, you know, they would bring up the questions then. And of course, we were losing so many games, so they wanted to have something to talk about. They wanted to have some kind of story to write about. So, like I said, they just kind of kept it going. But yes, it should have died down. Like I said, he didn't ask permission or bring any attention to it when he started doing it. He just did it. And nobody even caught it until like the second or third game he did it.
Right.
You know, so it's not him. It's not him that's the distraction. It's everybody that wants to keep asking him the same questions 1,000 times, you know, and talking about his socks and all of this. You know, he wore the socks and all of that. So that just kind of kept it going.
Now, Shady made other comments about basically if he was other players such as Tom Brady or Odell, then they'll deal with the distraction, which I agree with. Because it pretty much always comes down to talent in the league. You know, if I said it before on the show, if Greg Hardy had 10 sacks last year, he'd be a Dallas Cowboy right now. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And, you know, it's quote unquote, if you want to call it good, again, I'm a 49ers fan, so I didn't call it good what Kaepernick did last year. Sorry. I expect more. I mean, Steve Young, Joe Montana, that's our history. So this mediocre shit ain't what I'm used to.
Right.
At the same time, excuse me, I kind of lost my train of thought. He's damn sure should have a job. My problem with Shady's comment is, even if you think
it came off like some sucker shit.
Even if you think you have a valid point, shut the fuck up, because you, as a player, as a black player, putting that kind of negative connotation or thought out there is not helping him. It's only hurting him. You know?
And I like what you said earlier on the chat, the personal chat. You said the cat's already on thin ice in regards to trying to get a spot, and
it's already slim to none, and you making it worse.
Right.
You know. Now, if Cap was Cap of 2011, 2012, you know, he would have had a job by now, I think. But, you know, the decline, the other stuff, only a handful of teams really needed his services. You put all that in the pot, and we are where we are.
Pretty much.
But
right. We can move on to these.
Somebody need to get hurt, man, so that man can get in somebody's camp.
Yeah, you know it happens. All right, a few of these QB camp battles. Tom Savage, of course, beat out Watson, I guess.
Okay.
Sean Kaiser beat out Brock Osweiler, from what they're saying. Okay. And it appears that Chad Henne has beat out Blake Bortles. I think them last two weren't that hard to do.
Well, I was going to say, for me, the Kaiser one is a little surprising because I think he may have came in before camp started thinking of him as a third option, you know, because I think they were looking at it being between Kessler and Osweiler. But then, you know, Deshaun he started playing well and showing his stuff. So
this is what I need Deshaun Kaiser to do. This is some real petty shit.
I know where you're going with it. I
need him to call his old coach. What's the old boy name in Notre Dame? Brian Kelly.
Brian fucking Kelly.
He need to call Brian Kelly. Don't say a word when he answers the phone. Just play that Tupac Picture Me Rolling. That's it. Just let it play. And then hang up on his ass.
I can't wait for Brian Kelly to get fired this year. I cannot wait for him to get fired.
How you hate on your own player like that? Just say something nice and leave it alone.
Or don't say shit.
People just need to learn not to say shit.
Hey, man, just because you can say something
don't mean you have to.
Don't mean you have to. Don't mean you have to. Hey, but, you know, I can tell myself that a lot of times, too, but I don't listen.
Yeah. All right. Le'Veon Bell was on Twitter last night, and a fan asked him when was he coming back, and he said 9/1/2017. Will he pull a hamstring in the first 4 games, yes or no? You know they always do that when they hold out camp.
Yep. And he a running back. And he got injury history. Always got leg issues.
Over under. Games 1 through 4 or anywhere after.
If it's going to happen, it's going to be in games 1 through 4. If he can make it through the first quarter of the season, I think he'll be straight. If it's going to happen, it's going to be, matter of fact, I'm going to pull up their schedule real quick. I'm going to pull up their schedule, see if they have any road games.
Are we getting a Diego prediction? I'll be loving them.
Hey, I'm looking for if they got to go to like Miami or Tampa, you know, in September while it's still hot, he can very well pull something. So I'm going to pull their schedule real quick, and I'm going to tell you when it's going to happen. Tell you when it's going to happen.
This is one of my favorite parts of the show because he fucks around and finds a way to be right. Some kind of way.
Let me see. Oh, Pittsburgh. That's what we're looking at. Let me see. Pittsburgh. All right. So
don't let Miss Diego hear this because you know that's still a nation all day. So
she is out of sight, out of mind. Let me go ahead and share this with the people. So we're gonna look at this together. All right, so they got the Colts. Wait a minute. Oh, no, preseason. All right. No hot weather games in September.
Nah, he might make it out of that. He might not get it.
Kind of soft.
Yeah.
Kind of soft. I think probably the toughest defense is probably the Vikings, and they got them coming into Heinz Field.
That Ravens, that's a rivalry game, though.
That is true. They're going to be thumping. They're going to be thumping in that game always. It don't matter.
That team full of wild animals.
Jaguars. So yeah, they'll make it through. He'll make it through.
He'll be straight. That's why he looked at that schedule and saw, man, I don't need to go to camp. I'm good.
Exactly. Hey, and from the looks of that schedule right there, hey, we said he got to put up some astronomical numbers to get that astronomical salary he requesting. So, hey, it very well could happen. Hey,
that all comes down to what Ben do. If Ben can find a way to play 15, they'll be okay.
Man, just keep Ben out of them bars in South Georgia, man, from girls.
True.
Fired.
Cool. All right. Donald Penn reported to the Raiders today. He's been holding out for 26 days. He's 34 years old, plays left tackle. I kind of understand what he's saying. If the quarterback got paid and I protect the quarterback, shouldn't I get paid? If I'm the 11th ranked left tackle in the league?
Right. 5.8 base. I wonder what the other
I ain't put all them on there, but the highest paid cap was like 11 million.
Okay, so he's way off.
Yeah.
And then he's 34 too, so I can understand from the team perspective also. You 34, dude.
We were just talking about that. What last show about Whitworth out with the Rams? They paid him, and he was 35.
Yeah, that's not smart.
That's a lot of upfront money, right now money.
Yeah, it gotta be like this year.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Other than that, long-term deal opinion, I don't think you're getting that home, boy. You're a little too old.
Indeed.
They should do. I think they should do something though to try to compensate him a little bit. Get him up to at least 8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Give him a $3 million signing bonus. Right. That's cash money. You ain't
a lot of times that's all they want. They want some money right now. Like, let me get something in my hand right now. We'll work out the rest later. Just let me get a little bit more right now. That's all.
His hand itching. He want that right now.
That's it, man. That's it. That's all. That's all. That new Bentley truck about to drop. They just need a little change. That's all.
Let me ask you a question. Dwayne Allen came out and said, I ain't even gonna flex, man. This is extremely hard. Talking about this, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This New England offense is hard. Bruh. Would you have spoke on this in the media?
Huh?
Would you have spoke on this in the media?
I mean, I wonder what the question was that made him give that answer, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's him being transparent. Maybe I haven't watched a single Patriots preseason game yet, so I don't know if he's struggling and it's obvious.
From what I read, he said he struggled in spring. He's been a lot better during the summer sessions.
Okay, well, you can look at it as, hey, maybe you want to keep your mouth closed and don't let everybody know you don't know the damn playbook, or you can look at it as, hey, he's being transparent. He understands that he needs some work in that playbook, and he's progressively trying to get better. Maybe he'll get to that point sometime by mid-season. But this ain't the first time we've heard about their playbook being difficult to learn for some people. I just want to. I'm trying to figure out. You have rookies that come into that offense like a Malcolm Mitchell last year, come in and learn everything was seen fine quickly. And then you got guys that's been in the league for years, like when Chad Johnson was in the league all those years, and they come in and struggle. So
Michael Floyd came in, brought his drunk ass in last year, learned that playbook. Breath smelling like hen.
So it just Dwayne Allen, he's played in what offense? He's played with the Colts, and who else? Who did he play for before the Colts?
Colts, that's it.
That's it.
That offense is probably luck about to get hit, just get open.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So
right. I'm about to come at you with something. We've been using a lot of 4-letter network stuff today. I'm gonna give you these. What do you think about the preseason power rankings that I got on here? All right, number 1 in the preseason rankings: New England, 2 Atlanta, 3 Seattle, 4 Pittsburgh, 5 Green Bay, 6 Dallas, 7 Oakland, 8 Kansas City. Denver at 9 is surprising, and Arizona at 10 is very surprising.
Up until the point where you got the 9 and 10, I was gonna say it just sounds like they just put in order
all the playoffs
from the playoffs in the order that they lost in.
Basically,
because that's exactly what it looks like. I'm dropping Dallas a little bit, obviously due to the Zeke injury or suspension. I mean, it's a preseason ranking, I guess.
Because they're essentially saying that the AFC West is like a power conference.
And at this point, it probably is. If you look at what's the strongest conferences out there, the candidates. I always look at the not always, but most years, the NFC South is right there.
How you gonna put Denver in there over the Giants? The Giants had a top-notch defense, got better playmakers, and Eli better than Simeon.
Yeah, probably because Denver has the defense still there that won a Super Bowl.
True, but if you can't put no points up.
Yeah. Like I said, this just seems like, I don't know who the hell put this list together. Did they poll the same 50 people that put that other list together to do this one?
I think this one here was the people in the child daycare center.
Okay.
The people who watch the cars.
Oh, you know what? I know what happened. I just got it. Let me tell you what happened. They put this list together during the eclipse.
They were just like this?
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah,
but it's
Arizona. That's 2 NFC West teams, basically.
Yeah, I ain't putting a whole lot of stock in it because we'll see when the games start getting played. What's going to pop? Last year Atlanta started probably in the 20s.
Ain't nobody expecting a rule like that.
A lot of people had them 5-11, 6-10. So, it's a preseason ranking.
They still do a 28-3 lead though.
Hey, man, the slander is never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. They got to deal with that. They made that bet. They got to lay in it. They got to come back. They better come back this year and win.
Got to. All right, we can jump off NFL. We're about to wrap up, do a little bit of NBA. Philly says that the 76ers said that Ben Simmons is a full go with no restrictions. Joel Embiid remains limited. Do both of them play 70 games this year?
No.
That's a damn shame. I thought the same thing.
I didn't even have to hesitate on that. No.
That's a damn shame.
Now, I don't think if anybody's going to probably be Embiid, because Ben Simmons is not injury prone. He had the one injury, so it just happened to be one that cost him his whole season.
That was probably because they were being cautious. He
Right.
came back around All-Star game, I believe.
Right. So I think, with what they've done, had to deal with rather with Embiid, probably led them to being cautious with him. So now, if you ask me to guess, if anybody doesn't, it's going to be probably Embiid. But I don't think he gets hurt where he misses like half a season or whole season. He may play like 60, 65 games.
65 is a win.
Yeah.
In today's NBA, it ain't back in our time when cats played the 82. No ifs, ands, or buts.
But I think this is a big season for him. If he can't get through another season without having some type of major injury, them Greg Oden whispers are going to start.
Because he can get paid this summer. The bag is out there. If he can't play 60 games.
Is he free?
Nah, he'll be restricted. So they can pay him this summer coming up.
So that's a damn shame. Last year was the first year he played. Didn't make it through the whole season. Now he already up for money.
It's been like 3 years. I mean, that was a long time ago he came out of Kansas.
Right, because he's been on the shelf that long.
Think about it this way. What's that boy in Minnesota? He was drafted with Wiggins. They was on the same team.
Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's time. But he ain't played no day. Well, he's played, 34 games?
Yeah. They
got to make that decision right now.
Yeah. I think they're gonna pay him. He gonna get a nice restricted deal or whatever. They'll pay him. They'll take care of him.
Shit. At the end of the day, I just match. If he don't play 60 games, I'm playing the match game.
True. Or we'll see once we get closer to the season. Are they even gonna take that chance? So sometimes they'll just go ahead and re-up these dudes before the season start. Do it at a discount. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them go through a whole season, play 82 games, ball out. Then you probably got to pay them another $10, $15, $20 million. We talking about Joel Embiid. They don't come with that bag. He gonna be on Twitter and the gram talking cash shit. All right. When Derrick Rose signed with the Cavaliers, LeBron was on the Twitter posting pictures of roses and shouting them out. Have you heard whisper one from him about this trade? Outside of today when he was talking about the jersey burning. I heard that. Actually, I didn't even really I didn't pay attention or even look to see whether he had commented or not. Even if he hasn't, it's the summer. He might not even be in the country.
He was at a gym in LA busting ass the other day. He put that on his Instagram. Booming on them kids.
Okay, I saw him at on the vid. I think last week or maybe the week before. Him, Hoodie Mello, KD. They was at a Lifetime gym busting cats.
Yeah. Balling.
So other than the jersey thing, I'm looking at his timeline right now. No, he hasn't said anything else. Are we looking for him to say something? What are we looking for him to say?
In most cases, whenever they welcome somebody to the team, he's one of the first ones out there welcoming them or whatever. Yeah. I guess the reason why I brought it up is because I heard that today. People was like, he ain't said word one about this trade. I don't see what he could be unhappy about. Because Kyrie said he wanted to go. You lost your leverage. Mm-hmm. What you got was a win to me. You see a reason he could be unhappy about that trade?
I don't. I think we look too much for LeBron to comment about any and everything, honestly. Exactly. He's just like one of the most polarizing figures in sports since probably Jordan. Right. So I think it's a lot to do with that. And I think maybe he would have, and maybe his normal greeting or bringing somebody into the fold, greeting them on Twitter, was probably replaced by the rant that he had to go on in defense of people burning the dude's jersey. So
you know what?
Maybe that was in place of that. Maybe that was his welcome, saying, hey, I'm going to stick up for you in this regard. Tell the fans, hey, man, chill out with all that dumb shit, yada, yada, yada. Maybe that was his way of doing it this time around. I don't know.
I sent you a picture the other day I want to use for the show. But let me ask you this. Maybe he's waiting on them to look at his hip before he welcomes them to the team.
That was very interesting. When the trade went down, it went down right before we went on the air Tuesday. So, it wasn't a whole lot to, think about before we went on air. It's kind of, it had just happened. But, I hit you with it because I had heard it on the radio. I forgot about the hip injury.
You did hit me, and I was like, well, shit. I hope they looked at his hip.
Can he pass a physical? Did Boston open up those medical records to them? I would have assumed that there was a request to do so. But Cleveland has a new GM that's like, 23? Oh, no, he's not 23, but he's like 33, 34.
But let me ask you this, though. They don't do physicals before trades anymore?
No. What happens is they go ahead and agree to the trade. The players get to the new team. Then they take the physical.
So if he don't pass that physical.
If he don't pass that physical, that trade don't go through.
And I read the other day they said Kyrie told them folks he wasn't coming to camp.
He told Boston he told Cleveland.
Cleveland that. That's why they was like pushing because he's like, he ain't trying to come to camp. Man, that would be priceless if that boy failed that physical and that trade gets rescinded.
I would have sent Kyrie. I mean, they got a nice haul, so I can't say that. But outside of this nice haul, I would have sent Kyrie ass to Siberia.
I would have jerked him like a big dog. I would have sent him to the worst team.
Yeah.
But, we talked about it. I wanted him to go to Memphis. But Conley's money was just too stupid to make it work. But this was the best they can get. I mean, literally the best they can get.
Yeah, I mean, Boston had the most assets. If it was going to happen, this was the team that was going to do it.
But I put these lineups, the projected starting lineups for both teams next year.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Cleveland take them in 6.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
maybe 5.
Yeah, because I don't like. I mean, I guess they picked up the lesser Morris twin to replace Crowder. Is that kind of weird?
I don't think the one they got from Detroit he don't have goon in him. I think the one in DC is the goon.
Okay, well I know the one in DC is the better player too.
Right.
Yeah. So in both regards, the one that Boston got is the lesser guy. I like what Jason Tatum will become at some point. Still got you got Marcus Smart coming off the bench, Terry Rozier, and who else?
They ain't got no bigs.
So who again? I think we asked the same question with Boston last year. Who the fuck is going to rebound?
If they depending on Al Horford to board for them, bless their heart.
Okay. So now you got a whole mix of new guys that they got to get acclimated. You got Jaylen Brown, Hayward, Jason Tatum, Kyrie. A lot of young guys you're going to be dependent on. Marcus Smart. A lot of young guys you're going to be dependent on.
Let me ask you this real quick. Looking at Boston's starting 5, you take Cleveland's bench. Cleveland's bench can probably give them a hard 7-game series.
You're right. You're right.
Go ahead and run that starting 5 off.
Cleveland is probably going to roll out Isaiah Thomas, J.R. Smith, LeBron, Kevin Love, Thompson, and then come off the bench with Crowder, Rose, Korver, Shump, Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, Dante Jones, Derek Williams, and Ante Zizic. Channing Frye.
And they can still turn around and get Wade. They still talking Wade.
Yeah. Now, I was looking at their lineup. I think they got 12 players on the roster right now. It's another wing. I want to say his name is Felder.
That's right, a little small kid.
Yeah, I was looking at their lineup like, okay, now if Wade comes in, that means somebody got to go, and I'm trying to figure out who's going to go. And it's probably got to be Felder.
Either Felder or Shump. They've been trying to trade Shump for a while now.
Or Richard Jefferson can do them a favor and retire.
He should. What? We can't hate on that cat, man. Jefferson, our age, catching lobs.
That was 2 years ago. Last year, he didn't really do too good. Last year he didn't really do too good. He was still living off the previous year when they won the title, but last year he looked 38.
Yeah.
He looked.
And they were playing him heavy minutes in the finals.
Yeah, but unless Danny Ainge sneaky little ass knows something about Isaiah Hip that we don't know, to me Cleveland won this trade, and Cleveland is deeper now than they were.
Bruh, you got one thing too. Isaiah's motivated. This is the money summer. He got a ball.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's gonna take them some time, to get right too, but it's gonna be a lot easier because they got more, or their pieces still in place. I think Boston only has 4 players coming back from the team last year that was there last year.
Yeah.
That's gonna be some growing pains.
I'm just really looking forward to, and I'm not wishing ill on Kyrie at all, but I really need to see him make somebody better. Because I just don't have belief in my heart that Kyrie's gonna make you better. I think he's gonna be cats sitting around watching him do his thing. I don't see that.
Yeah. And I heard a little bit of talk today about Brian. Not Brian. What's the coach name?
What are you talking about?
What's Boston coach name? Shit. Brad Stevens.
Stevens, yeah.
His offense maybe will bring out a little bit more of the playmaking ability from Kyrie. So we'll see. I'm not betting on it. Because this young man already said, I want to go where I am the focal point. So like you said, he want to be out here like what's old boy from Above the Rim?
Baby Jordan fronting on the team.
Kyle Watson. He want to be out here like Kyle Watson.
I need to see it, bro.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and of course, there's gonna be a lot of hype around the first game. But it's really gonna tell after All-Star break where they're gonna be.
This team, the way they constructed right now, they better than DC.
Boston?
Yeah.
No.
Bingo.
No. Even though I don't think DC did anything with their bench like they needed to.
They need more bench help, but hell, they bench weak too.
Right, that's what I say. But Boston, they weakened their bench with this deal. So, hey, there you go.
LeBron going to his 8th straight final? Or was it 7?
7, 8, shit, I don't know. And then can't forget they lost Avery Bradley. That's going to be a key.
They gonna miss. They lost all their attitude, all their defense. Well, Marcus Smart, wild animal, last still there, but he the only cat to play defense.
I think Jalen's going to be a good defender.
I like Jalen. I really like Jalen.
At the very least, he has shown, because, he showed it last year, especially early in the season when they put him on LeBron. He's not scared.
Nah.
That's the first hurdle a lot of the time. So
yeah. I like him.
I think he's going to be good. ATL boy again.
There you go. We ain't got to do a STFU, I believe.
Oh, yes, the hell we do.
Oh, you got one? Okay, mine was Shady McCoy. What you got?
Because I had mine I meant to do this one the other night because I was going to change it, but I ended up still going with Barkley.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
The one I got for tonight is from George Foreman. George Foreman gets my Shut the Fuck Up award.
I ain't heard this.
Okay. George Foreman was on Fox News a couple days ago, praising Donald Trump, slamming Kevin Durant, Colin Kaepernick, saying that they aren't patriotic. Because Kevin Durant don't want to go to the White House. He's unpatriotic. Colin Kaepernick in his protest is divisive, and he's not patriotic. Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm not cooking another burger on another fucking Foreman grill anyway. Like, ever. But, man, these old cats, man, we even heard some of this crazy shit from Jim Brown at some points doing this. He's like, y'all were there during the 60s and all that shit. Like, I guess the little bit of progression that was made during that time was good for y'all. So now this generation, that's the 2 generations that's come behind you, is supposed to be just okay with everything that's going on. Just because, and don't get me wrong, we appreciate everything that the civil rights movement did and everything that those people did in the 60s, but it doesn't stop there. You know what I'm saying? It's still a big hurdle and fight, and we still fighting for things that, just to be equal. So for you to come out and say something like that is just like, hey, we got ours. I'm good. I'm old. I'm about to pass. I'm about to die probably in 10, 15 years anyway. I'm good. Y'all fend for yourselves. That's sucker shit. And These people stop getting on Fox News and Fox Network, y'all. They playing y'all. They are playing y'all. They had Vic out there on Jason Whitlock's show. I think Whitlock was on Jason on Fox News or a show this week too, spewing his shit. Stop letting Fox News play y'all, man. Charles Barkley, that's another one. They getting the ones that they know is going to say the things that they want them to say to put us in this negative light like we doing wrong. And to say, hey, see, here go a black person saying the same thing we saying. Man, stop that shit.
Hey, man. They going to do that, and it's unfortunate. But, yeah, you're right. A lot of these old cats, that's what they do. All right. We coming to that point of the show we call last call. We got to get up out of here. First topic I got for last call. Shawty, why are folks still burning jerseys? Why?
I just put up. Matter of fact, I put up a tweet a little bit before we went on. It was a guy with an Isaiah Thomas jersey. He had it laid out on the ground like he was getting ready to burn it, but he put a note on it and said, "We appreciate what you've done for the team. We wish you luck." Something to that effect.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Burning jerseys is lame as fuck, people. That must be some millennial shit.
And on top of that, Isaiah didn't ask to go.
Right, he was traded.
How you gonna burn this man jersey when he got his tooth knocked out, didn't miss a game? His sister died, didn't miss a game. And you burning his jersey?
Flying back and forth across the country from Boston to Washington State, not D.C., Washington State, back and forth during the playoffs. But
averaging 29 points a game off $6.5 million. And went and recruited for y'all this summer.
Don't forget he's 5'7".
5'7". And you burning his jersey? That's bullshit to me.
That's yeah, man. These young dudes, man. That's just what they do, man.
I don't understand.
I ain't gonna try to understand it.
All right, Big 3 championship is Saturday. Who you got in this game? Trilogy or Three-Headed Monster? That Trilogy team is solid.
I like them from the start. I thought it was going to end up being Trilogy and Power. Those were my picks after the first maybe 3 or 4 weeks of watching all these teams. I thought them would be the two that would be in there. But Three-Headed Monsters is a beast because Rashard Lewis is balling.
They're going to rough him up, though.
Yeah, I think they will because he's going to have to guard probably Al.
Yeah, he taking them to the box.
Now, Trilogy almost got beat last week. I don't know if you saw the game. But they was down the first half. They made a run second half and came back. But they should have lost. But
Three-Headed Monster has shooting.
Right, they got shooting.
They got no shooting.
And one thing we've seen with these teams in this Big 3, if you don't have a guard or somebody that can create and somebody that can go post and kind of be a dual threat, you're not gonna win many games.
Basically.
So I'm going with Trilogy to go ahead and pull it off and take the whole season undefeated. But I would not be surprised if Three-Headed Monsters caught him. I think what's going to end up happening, Mahmoud, is going to be probably the weak link because of his size. He's going to have to guard McCants.
He going to the box.
He's going straight to the box.
Shout out to Ice Cube. Raise a glass for that boy. This has worked out, and it's going to be better next year.
Yeah, they said they got some big names coming in next year that want to play.
Yeah.
Maybe they get an expanded lead or a little bit different, but Q got a hit with this, man. He got a hit with this.
Out to him. Sold out arenas, and it fit that nice little pocket after the league. Get you the football.
There you go. There you go.
All right, Diego Barish, give us your final fight breakdown for Saturday night, and make it quick.
Hey man, it's gonna be real quick. Conor McGregor he has about as much chance if I had as winning the $700 million Powerball last night. But that means there is a chance. If he catches Floyd with a punch in like the first 3 rounds, maybe. I doubt it's going to happen, but I think that's his only chance. Outside of 3 rounds, the conditioning of Floyd is going to take over. The boxing skills of Floyd is going to take over. And I don't think Floyd going to knock him out, but I think he's going to embarrass him.
I can see that.
I think he's going to embarrass him.
I can see that.
And another fight, there's another fight this weekend, a real boxing match. Miguel Cotto is fighting on HBO. I forget the name of the guy he's fighting. But shout out to Cotto. If you want to watch an actual boxing match, flip over to HBO. It's on free HBO, not pay-per-view. You can actually watch a boxing match. The circus is going to be fun. So, we'll see.
Hey, I'm still trying to find somewhere to watch the fight, good people. I got $10 in a bottle. Holla at me.
Hey, all these people talking about all these places charging $30. The homies just hit us up on the chat talking about one spot is charging $100 for a hot top table with 4 people. That's not bad. But they got the 4 people splitting 10 wings.
That's not gonna work.
Not at all. Not at all. Maybe it's a misprint. Maybe it's 10 wings per person.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. That ain't but 25 a head. 25 a head for entry. You got a table, you got a stand, and you got a 10-piece. That's a pretty good deal. And then we'll see. Tell people to reach out on social media before we get up out of here.
At ReK6000, holla at me on Twitter. I talk sports.
There it is. You can reach myself at Diego Barista on Twitter. We talk sports. Also, don't forget to reach us on our IG page at AA Sportscast. Also on the Twitter feed. And also catch us on Facebook. We promote the Facebook page in a minute. So, yeah, make sure you reach us out on that. And as always, the 2 main platforms. Make sure you watch us on YouTube. Again, watch, like, subscribe, share people. I'm going to drill it in your head every week. We need some more subscribers. So, I don't know if we got to bribe y'all with some prizes or some gift cards or something. But we know y'all out there watching. Just go ahead and subscribe too, man. Take like 2 seconds. Go ahead and do it. And again, if you're on the go, you can't watch, download Spreaker. Take up the work while you're working out in the gym. Real easy to listen to. Everybody got headphones. Do it.
I know y'all sitting on that 285 traffic, man. Just listen to us.
There you go. So, for your boy Uncle Hay, the 6'1" post-up champ, for your boy Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, we are AA Sports, straight sports, no goddamn chaser. We will see y'all on next Tuesday. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.